Imagine booking an Airbnb for a peaceful weekend, only to discover you're not alone. Not only because another guest double-booked your room, but because something lives beneath the house, and it only comes out at night. This is Barbarian, and after watching it, renting an Airbnb now feels like a dangerous sport.
Silky creative, the vibe you need. Stories, music, and movies on.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most unpredictable, terrifying, and downright uncomfortable horror movies in recent years, Barbarian. If you're looking for something twisted to watch this weekend, yeah, this one will stick with you for a while. Barbarian opens with Tess Marshall arriving late at night to an Airbnb she booked in Detroit. Already things feel off. The house is quiet, the neighborhood is dark, and then, boom, she finds out the house was already rented by a man named Keith. Now, any normal person would walk away. But it's raining, it's late, she has a job interview the next morning, so she stays the night. Keith sleeps on the couch while Tess locks herself in the room. But at night, her bedroom door opens on its own. Slowly, quietly, just enough for you and Tess to know something is wrong. The next day, even her interviewer warns her, "You're staying in that neighborhood? Brightmoor, Detroit, not the safest place." When she returns, a stranger runs toward her screaming for her to leave. She rushes inside, slams the door, and hides, only to get locked in the basement. Down there, she finds something no Airbnb listing ever prepares you for. A secret room, with a camera, a dirty mattress, a bucket, and blood. This is the moment Tess should have run. But in true horror movie fashion, she waits for Keith to return. He rescues her, but insists on checking the room himself. Then he disappears. Tess goes looking for him, and that's where she discovers a deeper tunnel, a system of underground corridors like a maze. She finds Keith injured, terrified, and just when they try to escape, a giant, naked, deformed woman appears out of the darkness and smashes Keith's head repeatedly against the wall. It's brutal, sudden, and shocking, and the movie hasn't even begun. We then switch to AJ, the owner of the house, a Hollywood actor dealing with rape allegations. Honestly, his personality alone could be a horror movie. While calculating the property value, he finds the same tunnels and, like a typical reckless human, he walks deeper, measuring tape in hand and zero common sense. The mother, that mutated woman, attacks him and throws him into a pit where Tess is still alive. Then we flash back to 1982 and meet Frank. And this is where the horror becomes real. Frank is the original owner of the house, and he's not just creepy, he's evil. He abducts women, assaults them, impregnates them, and then repeats the cycle with the children. The mother, the monstrous woman, is a tragic product of decades of abuse and incest. She isn't evil out of choice. She's a victim who became the danger. In the pit, the mother treats Tess and AJ like babies, forcing them to drink milk from a bottle. Tess knows, to survive, you must play along. AJ refuses, and ends up being breastfed by force. One of the most disturbing scenes I've ever watched. Tess escapes with the help of the homeless man who tried to warn her earlier. He tells her one thing: she only comes out at night. Meanwhile, AJ finds Frank's room, VHS tapes of his horrifying acts. And Frank, now old and bedridden, ends his life rather than face consequences. Tess tries to get police help, but they dismiss her. Detroit irony. When Tess goes back to save AJ, he panics and shoots her by mistake. They flee, thinking the mother is dead, but she rises and chases them to a water tower. Then AJ reveals exactly who he is. He pushes Tess off the tower to save himself. The mother jumps after her, catching Tess midair and cushioning her fall. In one final moment, AJ tries to blame himself for everything. But the mother rises and splits his skull. Tess, finally free, shoots the mother and walks away as dawn breaks. Now let's talk about the characters, and what annoyed me. Tess. From the moment she saw that double booking, she should have known something was wrong. Fine, it was late. But after the interviewer warned her, she shouldn't have gone back. She survived that night by pure luck. And going back into the basement for Keith? Listen, sometimes you have to choose self-preservation. Her instinct to help is beautiful, but in a horror situation, it's deadly. Next is Keith. I wish Keith survived. He was kind, he was decent, and he didn't deserve the way he died. Had he lived long enough, he might have survived the mother by playing along like Tess. Then we have AJ. He brought every ounce of his suffering on himself. Zero sympathy. Even in danger, he chose himself every time. The man pushed Tess off a tower. He earned his ending. Lastly, we have Frank, one of the most vile characters I've ever seen in horror. Not mythical, not supernatural, human. And that's what makes him the most terrifying. I wish he suffered more before dying. Barbarian is chaotic, unpredictable, disturbing, and emotionally heavy. Here's what the movie does well. The sudden tonal shifts, from romance to horror to comedy, keep you on edge. The acting is phenomenal, especially from Bill Skarsgård and Georgina Campbell. The mother isn't just a monster, she's a tragic symbol of generational evil. But some criticisms. The characters make some reckless, unrealistic decisions. The third act feels rushed. The mother's superhuman strength isn't fully explained. The police sequence felt cliché and underdeveloped. Still, the movie hits hard, not just as horror, but as commentary on abuse, trauma, and the monsters created by broken humans. If you're looking for a horror movie that will mess with your mind, twist your stomach, and make you question every Airbnb you book, Barbarian should be on your watch list this weekend. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who loves horror, and drop a comment telling me, would you have stayed in that Airbnb?
Silky creative, the vibe you need. Stories, music, and movies on.